the medical cover, nurses and other health workers are not able to access healthcare because the thing called SHA, they keep saying SHA is not working. When you go there, they tell you it's locked. Money has not been submitted, has been deducted, has not been remitted. These are not things that used to be there when it was UHC. One of the main problems that we have is to take public funds to be received and managed by private entities. So it's just about business. It is not about service delivery. If it was about service delivery, our money would not be being received by private entities and managed by private entities. No one has explained to us what was the problem when SHA was collecting that money. You said private institutions, private hospitals were stealing public funds. Now you have taken public funds and given the private entity legally. You have stolen it through the law. That's what they have done through SHA. Our money is not being collected by government. Public funds is being collected by private institutions. And these private institutions are forking out 104.8 billion. What they are calling a system of management, IT steward and what have you. These are things that could be done internally the way it has been done, the way NHIF had done over years. In fact, NHIF, what it used to do with the little it used to get from us is still superior compared to what SHA is giving today. That's a fact. SHA could be good, but it has not been properly implemented because of private corrupt interests. No one has told us why our money is being collected and managed by private entities. So I think, going back to the question of what is there for us to celebrate, I think I've mentioned to you that we have made strides in terms of improvement of the staff, though we are not where we're supposed to be. We have a platform where we can air our views, we can defend the rights of the nurses, and generally we are moving forward. And because of the activities and functions of this trade union, we will continue to improve the terms and conditions of service for the nurses. We have a situation where health workers, not even health workers alone, county public service employees, those who work at the county government, do not get salary even for 3 months. How do you expect them to survive? You know, if you're a public servant and you don't pay rent for 2 months and they have paid you salary, and your landlord comes and throws you out, and it is put on the media, you will be dismissed from the government employment on what they call pecuniary embarrassment. Now the government is the one that is pecuniarily embarrassing workers. What are workers supposed to do? You can't access medical cover, you have not paid your rent, you have no food, your children have been sent away from school, and then you are working for a government that is not bankrupt. Yeah.
Currently, we have most of the counties, doctors are on strike.
Correct.
Do you feel like nurses are overwhelmed at this point, and what needs to be done?
No, nurses cannot be overwhelmed for reasons which are very obvious. We don't do doctors' work. We do what we are supposed to do. Our work is to see patients and hand over to the doctors to clerk them. When we see patients, we hand over the doctors to clerk, and it's not doctor to clerk. The work ends there because we cannot do our doctor's work. That's the way the doctors can't do our work. So when we are on strike, we are the only people close hospitals completely, because without nurses, nothing can go on in hospitals. But for the doctors, the strikes they are justified, because here in Kakamega, no, they're on strike. They are justified because they have grievances that have not been resolved by the government for a long time, just like us. And nurses cannot be overwhelmed by doctors being on strike for the reason that we do not do the doctor's work. What will happen is, if something is supposed to be done by doctors, we cannot do it. We'll simply sit there and wait for the doctors to come.
Okay. Your biggest legacy as a SG NANS, Kenya National Union of Nurses. The biggest, like you say, this was me.
The biggest
legacy.
Oh, first of all, I can tell you for free, I won't talk even in terms of money. We have restored dignity in the nursing profession. And that is what I love most. Nurses of this country today, they are very respected. In the past, we used to be not respected. We have come up strongly to defend our rights and to defend our profession. And we have managed to do that. I won't call it the material aspect. For some reasons, I won't do that. But I'm saying generally, we have managed to defend our profession. We have brought back our dignity. We have a platform where we are able to say, giving the nurses this union is my biggest achievement. Even if I left today, this union will not die with me. It will be there. My great-grandchildren will find it. So this is my biggest achievement, because I was the founder of this union. I spearheaded the finding and the registration of this union, and I've continued to fight for the right of the nurses. So my greatest achievement is this union.
Being the only union in the country, as you say, that supported the government of the day, do you feel betrayed?
I feel, and nurses feel betrayed so much, because they expected that, in fact, the first union to visit State House and state their issues will have been the nurses union. I have even written to the president asking for a meeting to bring all nurses leaders to State House to just have a meeting with him and discuss issues affecting our profession. He has refused. So on what basis can I continue being in a government that I formed that does not care about me? Because when they do that, maybe they are fighting my leadership. Because why will you want to bring people to you who never assisted you and leave? And those who assisted you have my chance to come and sit with you and give you their part of the story on what I think should be done. So I feel betrayed as a founder. I was the founding debut chair, program and strategy of the United Democratic Alliance Party, the ruling party. Of course, I've resigned from the party, and my people have already told me yesterday the party they want me to belong to. Very soon, we shall be unveiling my political party in the journey of getting back my seat. Thank you. Yeah.
As the vice chair of UDA, I mean, like, do you feel betrayed because of whatever happened with the nurses, or you had your own personal issues with the president?
No personal issues. I have to admit to you that the president offered me a position of principal secretary, and I advised him to take either Inyangala, the one now the PS for education, or the MCA for Peter Jekulo, known as Kevin. Those are the two names I gave him, and he settled on Inyangala. So on that basis, I cannot blame him. He gave me an offer, and I rejected that.
Wow.
It was the broader, no, I can't be employed. I'm too big for a PS. Even a CS, I'm too big for a CS. Nurses are taking good care of me. Okay. And I cannot. My level is at that level. I cannot leave that level and come down here. I'm above the CS, I'm above.
So were you expecting another bigger seat than that?
I wasn't. Perhaps the question should be, what was my problem?
Oh, okay. What was it?
I had many problems with this government. One of the problem was, I realized we cheated our people during the campaigns as a party.
At what point did you realize that?
Immediately, we took over government. I didn't even give it 3 months to realize that we cheated our people. One of the areas we cheated our people was about housing levy. We told our people that we are going to build affordable houses and create jobs. We never told workers we are going to get that money from your pay slips. We never said that. We never said that. If we said that, I would have been the first person to bolt out of UDA, even before elections. So that was an area that we cheated our people. We told people that we are going to kazi ni kazi, pesa mfukoni. Today, look at your pay slip. Taxes have gone up. Look at SHA. We dismantled NHIF. We brought SHA, and now we deducting 2.7% from a gross salary. Personally, I'm paying around 30-something thousand shillings, 39,000 shillings. But when you look at what 1,700 did when it was NHIF, and you compare with what is happening today with SHA, where I'm paying almost 3,000% more than what I used to pay, you say somebody is seriously robbing Kenyans. Not corruption. You know, corruption requires some intelligence. What they are doing is not corruption. It is a robbery. Because with corruption, you require some intelligence to know how to get the money fixed. You know, this one, they have just taken our... Look at it, for example. When they gave Safaricom the issue of IT management for the SHA system, Safaricom quoted 102.4 billion. They came in with Adani and those criminals. And they came in with another company. They went to Safaricom and said, let us double. They just say 102.4 times 2. Then it became 52.4 times 2. It went to 104.8 billion. That's not corruption. That's theft. The basic, theft. You double everything. Corruption requires some level of intelligence. This one of ours in this government is outright theft and robbery. Robbery. Even robbery requires some kind of intelligence. It's just theft for common thieves. A common thief just come and steals a chicken here. That's how they're doing it. They have reduced Kenya to where now the way they are taking our money is normal theft. Like pickpocketers on the street. They are pickpocketing Kenyans. How do you just take 152.5 times 2? Then you go to 104.8 billion. And you ask, can you get our money and you put in a private company? Which are yours? We know who owns The share companies managing share company, we know them. E-citizen, all your taxes are going to somebody before they go to KRA. That's how you can never have enough taxes to run this country. It's a shame.
But with this kind of information, as an individual, you can as well go to, courts.
Which courts?
Kenya courts.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. You ask me areas that disappoint. That's one area that disappointed. Generally, the way we have run the country has been, when I was there, I'm saying we because I hold responsibility. We brought this government in place and I can't run away from it. I've run away, I'm not part of them. But I'll continue saying because we participated in it. Look at the way they handled our young people when they went on the street. They killed them center, left, right, for asking what was rightfully theirs. And somebody just comes and says, oh, go and teach your children manners. Do you have manners yourself? When you are robbing us, when you are stealing from us, where did the manners go? How can you take a program that is supposed to provide health care for 55 million Kenyans, take that money and put in a private entity, and then you tell us our children don't have manners? Because children learn from what we do.